How many of you have ever had a rucksack and gone trekking? What did you feel wearing a rucksack, going up the mountains and trekking? Anyone? How did you feel? On top of the world?
Liberated.
Sense of achievement?
Yes.
That's exactly what I felt. To start with, I will show you a little clip. That was not intentionally for you. No, but what you're going to see now, you're going to enjoy even more. Let me start by telling you why they get ready with this. Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania, down East Africa. And what I scaled was the highest summit peak of Africa, 19,341. This would not have been possible if I did not have the entire group of the Kilimanjaro guides, Tanzanian guides with us. We were a group of 16 people. 14 were assisting us. It was just me and my husband. So you will find out through my journey how these guys were there for me and my husband all the time. Without This is a song that they would sing. These guys were really straight from heaven. Let me tell you, this seed was germinated 6 months before we actually climbed. It started with a casual talk with my husband who said, you know, we've got a house in Dalhousie in Himachal, now we should do something with a purpose. So I said, what do we do? And he said, let's go scale a mountain. I said, yeah, very, very easy to say, go scale a mountain. We've got to be prepared. So what you're going to learn here today is 3 things are equally important to start a journey. Preparation, mental ability to conform to what you want to do, along with positivity, and third, of course, perseverance. And you'll see it all throughout the journey that these 3 vital ingredients were the most important, which we felt got us to where we went. Kilimanjaro, highest peak. This is the view we took. This is the view we took when we were landing down the plane. Can you see it? Yes. What are the preparations we did? Can anybody even think what we did? First and foremost, we had to be always in this gear, which meant that starting from our backpack, which we started wearing 3 months before we actually went up to the mountain, going round and round the circles in our own environment. People used to think we were crazy, wearing a backpack, going on Gurgaon roads, can you imagine? But this is the feeling that we had that we were going to do it. Preparation as in getting an alternator watch to see, to measure a heartbeat. Has anybody ever seen this? This is something that you put across your chest as you go up the various scales of heights. And one of the most important things one has to remember is the acclimatization up to the mountain. When we first landed in Kilimanjaro airport, we were ushered into a farm where we went every day for a little hike for 2 days so that we got very comfortable, and moreover to move our heartbeat, to see our pulse, to see whether we were responding to a tablet called Dymox. Anybody heard of that? Well, Dymox used to be a killer tablet. We used to have that every day in the morning and evening, and that used to help us thin the blood. It had a side effect as well. We used to continuously want to go to the loo, and at 17,000 feet it was very difficult, especially to get out of the tent, and you'll see how we actually lived. This is the Stanford journey. We went on a mega truck, so as to say, with Kilimanjaro at the back, and I said, why not pause, and this can be shown to my children when they're grown up. That's right. And you saw our group here. We had 2 guides, Mike and Honest. Honest was a chief guide who took us through from the beginning to the end, right to the summit. And we were two guides here who used to help me get my hot water bottles at night to make sure that I was comfortable, whether my heartbeat was not going up the rate, so it had to be done. We did even simple things like eating out. This was our first meal in the open. On the first day, they used to usually come and sit a little lunch or a dinner or a tea with hot meals steaming down for us all the time. This entire trek was 8 days, and out of that 7 days were just till the end of the camp, where we went the last night going up the summit. This was a little, it's slightly shaded but you can't see, but this was our little mini tent, insulated, so tiny that you had to literally crawl in and sleep in the sleeping bags, which was so warm that you didn't want to get out the next morning. Early in the mornings, the guide would come to us, take a pulse, and see if we were still alive, after walking every day for minimum 6 hours to 11 hours. We did our kilometers of about 80 kilometers in those 8 days, and it was something that had to be spaced out. Who can tell me this is a portable toilet? Now, people who have gone on treks know you have to really go out in the wild. But our Kilimanjaro guides had taken us through various things, like even keeping our comfort level in mind, because you'll see that we went through rain.